Hello and welcome. I'm Gargi Rawat and you're watching me live on youtube.com/NDTV, the site to go to for all the NDTV videos and news shows that you may want to watch. Now, every day we ask you, what is your top pick of the day? What are the stories that you want to know more about? Where we share with you a list of the top 5 stories. And today, of course, Maharashtra was the top story. In Maharashtra, governor's deadline, NCP does the math. Then you have Maharashtra government formation. Will Congress lend a hand? That really is the question, and it's seeming more and more likely. Also, the story that came from Hyderabad, the trains colliding at a station in Hyderabad. The driver, however, was stuck inside, and it took 9 hours to actually pull him out of the mangled wreckage of the train. Also, it's severe pollution in parts of North India, so severe pollution is back. It was always poor pollution levels in Delhi and NCR regions, but now again it's gone into that severe category when they say that don't go out, children shouldn't go out, people with any illnesses shouldn't go out, even healthy people should try and avoid doing any sort of physical activities outside. And also Gurpurab celebrations taking place today, so that's very special, of course, on the 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak. So our top story is Maharashtra, and everybody is waiting to see whether the Congress will finally come forward and decide on whether it wants to be a part of this formation, this very, very unlikely formation that Sharad Pawar has put together, NCP chief, which includes the Shiv Sena, the NCP, and the Congress. Now let's take you back through what's happened. Today is the 20th day since the Maharashtra election results came, and of course the BJP and Shiv Sena went in as alliance partners, and they did get a majority together. The BJP just getting little over 100 seats, and then the Shiv Sena, so they could easily form government. But the Shiv Sena, however, put a spanner in the works. The Shiv Sena said that they had an understanding with the BJP, which they said was articulated in February, that there would be a 50-50 power sharing, which also meant the chief ministership would be shared. However, the BJP simply refused this. You had Devendra Fadnavis, the former chief minister, saying it's out of the question and that he's going to be the chief minister for the next 5 years. Everybody kept speculating whether, it's once again the Shiv Sena doing its drama. But the deadline to form the government, the time came and went, and Devendra Fadnavis then resigned. The Maharashtra Assembly term expired. Then Devendra Fadnavis was invited, the BJP was invited by the governor to show inclination and whether it had the numbers to form government. After deliberations, they refused. Then the Shiv Sena was invited yesterday to approve whether they had the numbers. So the Shiv Sena, the big development yesterday morning, of course, was that the Shiv Sena's only minister in the Modi government resigned. So that showed the Shiv Sena's willingness, because there was obviously a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes between Sharad Pawar and the Shiv Sena, and Sanjay Raut meeting with Sharad Pawar. And this was a condition that the NCP had put. You have to show that you're willing to, leave the government, leave the NDA. So yesterday, you had this minister resigning, and then you had NCP in a meeting, the Congress in a meeting. You had Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar in a meeting by the afternoon. Then by the evening, you had Sonia Gandhi. News that Sonia Gandhi spoken to Uddhav Thackeray on the phone as well, and it seemed that things were on board for this government formation. And Aditya Thackeray left to meet the governor. But then came the Congress formal, it's a press statement in which it said they're going to take more time to come to a decision, that no decision has been taken on this issue. And meanwhile, Congress MLAs from Maharashtra remain in a resort in Jaipur. So Aditya Thackeray and another, Shiv Sena leader went to meet the governor yesterday, Koshyari. However, the governor refused to give them more time. They asked for more time. The governor refused, and then the governor called on the NCP, because the governor is going by each party the number of seats that they got. So now the governor has called on the NCP on whether they can prove that they can form government. The Shiv Sena, meanwhile, we're hearing, is going to the Supreme Court to challenge the fact that the governor refused to give them more time. So we're waiting to hear more on that. But meanwhile, so today what you've had is another series of meetings. The Sharad Pawar chaired a meeting of the NCP today. Sonia Gandhi held a meeting of Congress leaders today. Earlier there was news that yesterday itself there was news that top Congress leaders, 3 of them were being sent to Mumbai to actually talk to Sharad Pawar. They'd actually asked for Sharad Pawar to come to Delhi to talk to Sonia Gandhi, but he had this meeting of the NCP. And also the NCP getting, this is what we're hearing from our sources, the NCP is getting a little irritated with the Congress for taking its, time over this issue, because, the governor yesterday refused to extend time for the Shiv Sena, and today it's the NCP's time. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But the NCP, though, on the face of it, you had Ajit Pawar, Sharad Pawar's nephew, making a statement to the media saying that, yesterday all day we were waiting for the Congress to give its letter. It never came, and a letter of support. And however, we both went into this election together, so we'll make our decision with the Congress. So today you have this meeting of the NCP that's taken place. Then you had information that these three leaders, Ahmed Patel, Mallikarjun Kharge, as well as KC Venugopal, were going to Mumbai yesterday. Then today morning we were told they're not going, it's been cancelled. And then again the news came, which came in a tweet by Congress leader KC Venugopal, that Sonia Gandhi had spoken to Sharad Pawar on the phone, and now these three leaders are going to Mumbai. Now, this doesn't mean that the alliance is on, but it's a positive development for those who want this formation to come to power, that it does seem that the Congress now willing to negotiate. What we're hearing from our Congress reporters is the Congress is very, very, they really want to take their time and deliberate over this, over what would the contours of this arrangement be. Who the chief minister, of course, we know Uddhav Thackeray is being proposed as chief minister, and they want to know who would be ministers. They don't want to be put in an embarrassing situation. They don't, there are many, of course, rowdy or even maybe criminal elements in the Shiv Sena that in the past, there have been issues over. So they want to know who is going to, how this government formation will take place, what are the contours of it, who will get what portfolio, or which leaders would be included in a government if there were to be a Shiv Sena NCP Congress government. So yes, the Congress wants to know all these details. That's why they're very wary also, of course, because of the ideological differences that they have. The Shiv Sena, of course, was a part of the Sangh Parivar and a part of the whole Hindutva ideology and it's now broken away from the BJP. The Congress, of course, with its secular ideology and wary of, getting stuck or having to explain or getting embarrassed in other states, where this could actually become a negative point for them, the fact that they have tied up with the Shiv Sena in Maharashtra. Meanwhile, Congress MLA still stationed in the resort, while on the face of it, you have Rajasthan Congress leaders saying, they will go with whatever the High Command decides. There has been news that they're getting a little angry as well, that they feel that they should go for this government formation with the Shiv Sena and the NCP, because after all, it will give them a chance at par. And there's even some speculation or call it rumors about maybe there could be a split in the Congress Maharashtra if the Congress High Command decides not to go with this formation, because you never know what the NCP, what sort of feelers are being sent. Maybe a big chunk of these MLAs could even break away and join the NCP so as to allow this government to be formed. So we're still waiting to see what's going to happen. So what we know right now is that these three leaders of the Congress are going down to Mumbai to speak with Sharad Pawar. We know that the governor has given time till this evening for the NCP to prove whether it can form government. And we also are hearing right now there is a cabinet meeting that is taking place right now. So these are the big developments that are happening on the Maharashtra front. Now let's talk about pollution in Delhi. And once again, Delhi and the national capital region, many parts of North India are also facing severe pollution levels. And this is even as, despite everything the Supreme Court has said, and it said it's going to punish the whole top to bottom level of administration if there's any farm fires or stubble burning taking place in Punjab and Haryana, but it still hasn't helped because that stubble burning is still taking place. And you have it here, you can see it because of the levels of pollution that have just suddenly spiraled up. We're over 400 when it comes to the air quality index. So that means it's very poor it's severe air quality, and it can be hazardous for some of the people, the elderly, the young, those even healthy people should avoid doing any sort of physical activity out in this very, very polluted air right now. So air pollution is one of the curses we have every winter. So air pollution again going into that very, very bad category. Well, that's all the time we have right now. Thanks so much for tuning in. Do remember to log on to youtube.com/NDTV and tell us what are the stories you want to know more about. You can also write in to us and give us your opinions and comments. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.